a 67 by VIN, a 65, 66 by door. I don't really know what this is, but guess what? It's becoming a race truck. So stick around and I'll show you exactly how I'm doing it. To include independent front suspension from a Mustang II, I'm gonna have probably a 4-link in the rear. Right now I'm just working on the front. I'll show you what I'm doing. Stick around. What is up, YouTube? I'm going to try to do a 1-minute update. So as of right now, we ended up selling the Coronet. We traded it actually for another Dodge Series truck. That Dodge Series truck was in much better shape than mine, so we decided, well, I don't need to. Let's switch everything from my original truck over to the new one. So in this episode, I failed to actually put good stopping points on everything we're doing. So in turn, what we're going to do is I'm just going to show you the progress that I have recorded. And in turn, hopefully you guys get to kind of pick a couple things up, and you guys can comment below on what we're probably doing wrong. So it's going to be a Mustang II IFS kit, airbags, I'm patching the floors, we fully stripped down both trucks. It's a pretty good time. So in turn, oh man, I'm way ahead of time here. So I really think you guys are going to appreciate this. I'm sorry I'm not staying up to date 100% with updates. I have a couple other videos as well, just got to get around to editing them. So with that being said, let's get to the project of the new Dodge race truck. Minute 2, not bad. Caps pulled. Going to cut the exhaust, cut the drive shaft, start removing some motor mounts so we can pull the motor, and then worry about the bed, get the bed off, and then this thing will monitor, clean up on like what I can for brake lines, get all that kind of stuff off, get it over to sandblast it, that way we can get it well, cleaned up. Gave me this snap-on air chisel to use, works really well. He also has a special tip that he has specifically made to cut rivets. It's pretty cool, it's kind of angled, it's kind of funky looking, it's like a odd looking tip. Works amazing, that's what I'm working on right now. Plus I'm sealing his generator, or his air compressor, because it works a lot better than my Cobalt one. This is good stuff. Like, there's no way I'd be able to do this if I wasn't sealing his stuff, so shout out. You're in the El Paso area, James Automotive. That's where you go. How it is. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to keep breaking this down. As you can tell, the reason why I'm doing this is they torched the initial cross member there and put in this other one for the separate or different transmission. I think this was originally a 4-speed truck that they modified because the floor inside of that cab is kind of, well, it has a 4-speed hole in it, and they had just a rubber mat over it. And I think they swapped over another dash. I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, we're modifying this. So I gotta try to clean up and get all this extra random crap off to try to clean it up. Gotta figure out what I want to do about the parking brake though, because that bracket goes right there, and the leaf springs attach on the back side of these brackets. So I either gotta cut the bracket, make them look clean, or figure out what I'm gonna do. My intent was originally to switch over and go to QA1 setup, but man, it's like $5 grand for the setup, so we'll see. We'll see. But anyway, I'm gonna get back to work. Well, now that she's sanded down for the most part, a little bit here and there, maybe I could hit again, but not gonna happen. Gonna hit it with a little acid wash, aka brake parts cleaner. The nice part about this is that you just kind of spray it on everything, and then, you know, anything that's there gets washed away. It's pretty effective. Sure. Well, my rusted encapsulator's been sitting for a while, and in turn, the nozzle, well, that's a little small. And, you know, it doesn't enjoy the fact that the sit is kind of getting a little thick. So, the brake parts cleaner, luckily, you know, the nozzle's a bit bigger, and, well, it sprays it, but it's just going on thick with 2 C's. 2 C's! Let's do this. Original floor. You would think it's kind of solid until you realize that those are not necessarily holes going from the firewall, but instead someone cut out a makeshift transmission hole. There's a bunch of rust over here. Yeah, so I'm working on new panels right now. Let's get along the way here. As you can guess, well, that floor cap really isn't very good no more, that floor cap mount. So, I ended up fabricating a new one using the headlight dome out of the grill of a parts truck. Bent some flat steel and put a 4-inch hole in it. So I'll weld that right to that. Then I got myself a good floor mount. Alright, let's weld it in. Alright, so I'm trying to fit the panel back in here. I've only done this about 12 times. And, you know, yeah, it needs to come back a little bit. So the big trick is you just finesse. Not hard hits, just finesse. Finesse. You know? Why are you not?
Yeah, is anything level on this thing? Alright, yeah. Interesting. Yep. Alright, well this is still drying. Come in here with some seam sealer. I'm just gonna kinda, I haven't used this stuff since I did it on the Charger, so I don't even know if it's good anymore, but sure. Alright, well while the passenger side is curing and drying, I'm gonna start working on the driver's side. And at first I thought, well, this looks pretty solid back here. You know, I use the old checker. It's definitely not clean. So maybe back here, I'm just trying to decide if I want to cut the whole pan like I did that one, or if I just want to cut out the section I need. It does have this lovely hole here for an automatic shifter that someone welded in or cut in. Thanks. So in turn, maybe I'm just gonna cut it all out. It's just like a lot of work. Up here's good. But then I don't want to worry about having to size it. I don't know. We'll figure it out here, but I'm really curious about this corner, because that other one on that side was shot. I'll tell you what, this one, nope, there's the hole. Found it. It's still there. All right. Let's cut the pan. Damn it. Got it. All right, it's a new day down here. I worked well into the night trying to get the floor pans done. Didn't even clean up really. Hold on, these doors are garbage. One more thing I have to fix. There we go. Yeah, don't worry, they're supposed to move like that, don't worry. Complete bottom end is rotted out. So, didn't even clean up, but floors are in. So now I'm gonna go through, grind off whatever I want, add a little all metal to it to smooth it out, make sure all the pinholes are filled in, and probably seam seal it. Yep, give it a little paint job and should be done. Yeah, that's how far that door's off. Just do a little lift there. There you go. All right, let's get to it.
I'm not too worried about the paint not sticking to the panels, because the paint I'm using as my base layer, it isn't necessarily a primer, but it's the paint that sticks to rust. So if it's to the point to where it can't stick on a little bit of imperfections, but it can somehow stick to rust, I'll be pretty impressed. But regardless, give the rag a little bit of time, or I should say give the prep all some time to flash off, give it enough time to kind of air dry off, and then I'll hit it with a little bit. It should be good. So yeah, now I'm just burning time. I don't know, go play like, I don't know, go watch a video on YouTube or something. Yeah. This should work. Yeah, it's good enough. Let this dry. So this one is sitting relatively flat because of the good old toe strap, ratchet strap down here. Now this is what I will show you. It was all fine for us to get this bolted up how we did, except how we bolted it up, or how we're trying to, is to bolt it up so we're going to be able to weld the top of the frame to the top of the cross member. There's one problem with that though, and that now the power steering rack is too high up and it won't clear the sides over here. So luckily on these Dodge trucks there is a, you know, just slightly above the cross member in front of it is where the motor mounts sit. And then really in front of that's just there for crash and the radiator support. So we're gonna do what we probably shouldn't and cut the frame. We're gonna notch it, why not? And then I'm just gonna have to reinforce the hell out of it to make sure that I have structural integrity in case there was a crash. But with that being said though, a good clean notch on this, we're not looking for a lot. We're just looking for a little bit to kind of clear this bottom end, and I'll probably clean it up how I need to. But that will allow me to run this. We're also doing a couple other things. So I have the bag off. Walk outside here. So where I'm going to put my my airbag perch is got to be at the ride height or the middle of where the bag is, because that's what we're trying to do. Oh, don't fly away from me here. Right, so from the base of the perch, my spring height is 5 inches, which is
pretty much the top of the frame. Slightly in more. So that's where the top, or that's where my spring perch needs to sit, or the bottom. So that will actually sit pretty much right on that top ridge, which means my tang will go up and my bag should fit in there. We will see.
Chip, you only got, what, 2 inches in the front?
Yeah.
Tell me when you're ready.
Yep. All right. All right, now in the morning, as you can tell. Hello, sunshine. I ended up forgetting a sweatshirt at the house. Thank you, Megan, for your flannel. I'll be sure to weld in it. So now we're gonna be doing final burning in of all the front suspension components. This is gonna be sitting at ride height. I obviously have a bunch of leaks in this because I haven't really sealed it proper. However, we're gonna disassemble the whole front now and actually burn in everything we need to. So everything from the cross member, the upper control arm mount, the top of the bag mount, all need actual final welding in. So that's what we're gonna do now. So I gotta disassemble, get the bags off, get the spindles off, get all that off. So that way I don't have any issues with, you know, heat affecting anything. Yep. So I'm gonna get everything disassembled now. That way when Sean gets down here we can throw some welds to it and go from there. Alright. Changed. No longer a lumberjack. Alright, Sean's here. Let's get this thing done. Waiting for surgery. Alright, so that's kind of where the truck sits. It's not too bad. It's going to continue getting a lot of progress on it, but what I will say is this. I'm going to continue to work on projects I have, like this, as much as I can, but right now the truck is going to get a lot of leaning into, because my goal is still to get that thing to duct tape drags in Tucson, Arizona in 2023. Saying they do it again, and I hope they do. My goal is to try to have that there. Now it might be kind of hard because, well, money and car part availability is
not the nicest. But as of right now, what we're gonna do is run the original 440 that we had in it again. I am gonna mock that transmission up you saw me messing with, right? Try to get that to go in. And then eventually I will have one of my many 440 blocks up here built for that truck and drop that thing in there and enjoy it. But until that point, I'm just gonna run the current RV motor. It's got what I got and we'll figure it out. But yeah, other than that, if you guys like what you see, hit like, hit subscribe, and that way I can continue making some videos, hopefully much faster than I have been. But I'm gonna try to make some progress on this and keep you guys probably posted a little bit smaller tidbits. I was hoping to have more of the truck done, but between parts and prices right now, yeah, it's not happening. So we still have a lot to tackle. We still have instrument cluster, we still have steering column issues, we still have steering rack issues that we're gonna have to deal with. We got the whole rear end, the running of airlines, it's a lot. Plus, I robbed the tires off the Charger for that. The backs are still there, but the fronts are missing. So in turn, gotta buy rims and tires for that thing. Well, I can say this. Rims and tires for this car, if I use the same ones, I looked at the receipt last night. It's $1,900. So we'll see what we're gonna do, because that's painful. Actually, I take it back. That's just rims. That's just rims. They're custom offset rims for this. So we'll see. But other than that, stick around. I appreciate you guys joining us for our little cinematic adventure. And until next time, keep on enjoying.